It don't fit a lot of people now.
Yeah, they need the 9 to 5.
The 9 to 5 don't fit a lot of people now, and that's why they don't.
It started the trend.
It all started with Trey Songz, boy.
Jesus, bring it back. Jesus.
He was worried about that girl but couldn't work a job. That's deep.
And that's it.
Well, he made it.
Yeah. R&B not like this no more.
No, R&B is not anything anymore.
I miss it's been an hour since you've been gone.
Jeez.
And it's too long, so come back on. I miss Jodeci, huh?
Just gotta make it. Just gotta make it.
I'm cute though. Y'all know I ain't lying. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome to Band With Y'all. It's about to be phenomenal. It's about to go down, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, everybody? Before Lecture and Tag, welcome to Band With. Monday to you. Hope you had a wonderful week.
What's going on?
Man, my voice is gone, so I had to do it in another register.
Yeah.
Man, yesterday was crazy.
Oh
man.
my gosh.
And I'm tired.
Yeah.
But we here, bud. Stop playing with them, bud.
We here.
Stop playing. What up, man? How y'all feel? Y'all good?
Great.
All is well.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. What y'all eating tonight?
I'm done eating.
Vegetable.
Bubbly.
This bubbly.
Yeah, man. I gotta eat 2 more times.
Whoa.
Yeah, 2 more times. I'm sick of it though. But we gotta get 33 pounds down. Got to.
33?
Gotta get 30. I want to do 40, but to be in the proper weight to do the show, I gotta do 33.
You can do it.
Wow, it's doable.
Yeah, man, I can do it, man.
I believe in you. I'm rooting for you hard.
33. Hey, fam, man.
I haven't heard that voice
I almost forgot that person exists.
I haven't
Don't
heard
bring
that
him back.
voice. Who is that? We don't even know who that is
Can you
anymore.
do it again?
It hurt my voice.
You can't
when I
even do
did
it right
it.
there.
I'm gonna do it in a few days though.
No,
That's a sign from the heavens.
It's not though.
Right. It ain't God. You see how God be moving? Please don't do that no more, especially if it makes your voice hurt.
How was your weekend?
It was
What a great
great.
weekend.
What'd you do?
I was in the house of God.
All weekend?
Pretty much.
Yeah, me too. Dang, I didn't do nothing this weekend.
Chris, how your tooth, man?
Not on TV.
Her jaw swollen.
It's fine.
You heard?
It hurts. I want to cry. I can't.
For real?
It's a surgeon in the
But
comments.
you still showed up to work, man.
I'm saying, they don't make them like you know.
Okay, from a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in?
It's the 15.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's the 15 for sure.
Man, y'all, is it just me or is when you have insurance, it's like you don't have insurance?
Yeah, I'm very confused about this.
It's
Like something has happened. I don't know what's going on.
I need a root canal, and I went to the dentist, and after I went through the procedure, got the cleaning and all that stuff like that. They're talking about some. She, scheduled an appointment. She said, "Okay, your insurance covers this. All you got to pay is this." So I looked. She pointed. She pointed to it. No, I said, "Oh, you mean that's what insurance covers?" You mean y'all took care of that? She's like, "No, this is all you have to pay." So I looked. She said, "So
all you got to pay.
We'll get you scheduled for next week." I said, "I ain't coming."
Yeah, like you gotta schedule me.
I gotta pay that.
Right.
If I don't gotta pay $50 or less, I'm not coming.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna do my own root canal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my own root canal in the kitchen.
I'd have been on TikTok how to pull out your wisdom tooth.
Oh, you gonna do it?
I would if I could.
All you gotta do is get some scissors and a hammer.
Scissors and a hammer. That's crazy.
I could help.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Pliers and a hammer.
Pliers,
Yeah,
possibly.
we can help. We can do it after the show.
It's okay.
It'll be out in
We're going to
a
the
couple
dentist.
minutes.
For your anesthesia, we could just punch you out real quick.
Yeah, I can do it.
What is happening right now? What is going on? No, I'm going to the dentist this week to get it pulled. I only have one wisdom tooth. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, why you
Just
just
one?
didn't get all of them out?
She said I don't have any more.
You don't have any other wisdom tooth. That's why you be making them dumb decisions.
That's not nice. It's the laughter that's sending me. Please.
That's crazy.
Why
That
you
was
get all all of them out the first procedure.
That was
She said I don't have.
They never
You're not
came
listening.
from
She
the
said-
day she was born.
Everybody has 4
No,
wisdom
they
teeth, y'all.
don't. That's
They
not
just
true.
don't all bust through.
No, she said she can't. She asked me. I said I've never gotten my wisdom teeth pulled, and she said I only see one.
That's insane.
Your dentist?
Just she only
She
see
probably
one.
should just graduated a couple days ago.
No,
She missed it.
she
Does
actually.
everyone not have 4? Shakira, I
If
mean,
you're evolved, if you're an evolving human, like
she not
you'll
no
have less.
evolving human.
No, I'm saying as humans evolve, we'll have less.
Say that again.
Oh,
As we continue to evolve, is that what you're saying?
humans will
Yes,
have
we'll
less.
have less.
So you evolved the day you came out of the womb.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she
I'm
was
gonna
further
are we
evolve
not
along.
in the same age group here? Like, what would be
That's
different
what
with
she
her
told
than
me.
us?
She said she didn't even see them on the X-ray. Like she asked me,
Like,
did I
And you
get them
never had a
pulled?
procedure before.
I never had. I don't remember one. I asked my dad. I asked my mom. They was like, you've never gotten your wisdom teeth pulled. So I literally only have one.
Got somebody.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's actually good. I don't want to have 4 teeth. I have to get pulled out of my mouth.
Let me tell you something. I went and got one pulled some months back. I'm on the table, and they are trying to get it out.
You awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. And for 30 minutes they tried, they couldn't get it out. And so I'm 30 minutes I went through all types of whatever to get it out. And so I said, yo, Shawty, I gotta come back. I'm gonna have to come back. They couldn't get it out. So eventually it was like, next time we'll put you to sleep. Listen, I'm not going to sleep, dog. I ain't going to sleep now because I don't want nobody to hear me cuss all my church members
I'm
out.
still trying to figure out who's gonna pick me up. I'm scared. I don't know who's gonna pick me up. I asked my brother actually.
Yeah,
Because I'm
see.
going to sleep.
Because it's
Yeah, the only person.
I'm
Listen,
sad.
let me tell you straight up, dog. Hear me, you feel me? They put me under, cause they say you can say
You can
anything,
say
right?
My brother was throwing up gang signs like he was like.
Yo,
My stepmom FaceTimed us. She said, "Y'all, please look at your brother."
Yeah.
He was like a thug, like he was a
I
new
cried
person.
the whole time. I was deeply saddened.
That means you're a wuss inside.
I'm scared.
Wow.
I don't know what.
But-
I'm still trying to see who gonna pick me up. I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm going to. Only person that go pick me up is Lynn, dog. That's the only person that
Yeah.
I can't listen, dog.
Yeah, that's a
Lynn,
good person.
what you call them, goons?
Lynn,
Yeah.
Lynn,
She can handle it.
Lynn can handle everything.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ain't let nobody go pick your boy up. You heard me?
And side
Yeah, I
note,
don't
did she
know.
sing on Sunday?
I don't know
I
what's
just got to
going
put that
on.
out there. Did she
Oh, she
sing?
killed Sunday now,
Oh,
dog.
she
did.
She
She
killed
did.
Sunday now.
She in her zone.
Yeah.
She in her zone.
She killed.
You gonna bring that up every time.
This was my heart coming to that.
I said, Lynn.
Falls down.
I said,
Hey,
Lynn,
beat
man,
him.
what you doing, dog?
Beat him.
You would. Your fish wasn't even right. It's just,
People go like that.
Hollering.
That's all right. We will beat the
man.
But she
Oh,
sang.
let's do some commercial route. I forgot about y'all to make the money.
Okay, commercial.
All right, swollen mouth. What would you do? I mean, Crystal.
You know what? Okay, so this "What Would You Do" segment is called Roots. I'm a 72.
Man, just like the dentist, man, and they gonna put.
Segway.
God, dog, man, it's just coming at you, AJ. You gonna be hurt for real, dog.
Help it.
God, dog, what you been taking, man?
Everything, I'm done. I don't have any more ibuprofen 800s. I'm out of those. So now I'm about to
You
start.
been eating them?
I've been like,
She been chopping us up, snorting them.
Man.
you know, I've been so much crying. I don't have a comeback today.
Man, go
But
ahead, go ahead.
Next week, all right.
Go ahead, man. What would you do, dog?
I'm a 72-year-old man, and I've been married to my wife for 23 years. We've raised 3 beautiful children and recently found a new spark in our marriage now that they're out of the house. We've been traveling, trying new foods, and exploring different cultures together. Recently, during a trip to Africa, my wife fell in love with the culture and the sense of freedom she saw among the women there. Ever since we've gotten back, she says she wants to embrace her roots and the woman that God created her to be. This included not getting her hair done. She stopped shaving her underarms,
Oh, God.
legs, and other areas that I love so much, if you know what I mean. We went out to dinner the other day, and my cousin asked what that smell was. I knew it was my wife because she even stopped wearing the products that I like, insisting on going completely natural. This change has been ongoing for a month now. And while I support her desire to be true to herself, I'm struggling with it, and it's affecting our intimacy. I want to respect her choices. I told her if she doesn't stop, I will consider us taking a break. I'm just too old to deal with this.
He right about
It's a
that.
delicate situation, and even after 23 years of marriage, should I let her be herself or just be done? What would you do?
That's
Bro,
too far.
no, what are you talking about? This ain't.
That's hygiene.
No,
Y'all,
First,
this-
first
She
of all,
need to go
no.
back.
Y'all, it's a rebirthing. They been married for 23 years. She went to Africa.
Gone back.
Bro,
gone
I
back
don't
home.
care. I don't care where she went. You ain't in it. Well, you need to go back if you want to do that. But you are in Americas.
Yeah,
America.
You are in Americas.
We wear
Okay,
deodorant.
well,
And we don't do that in America, dog.
some people don't share their underarms, their legs, or the
Bro,
part.
if y'all have, don't make me cuss up in here,
Some
dog.
people don't do
We're
that.
not do- No, bro.
And some
no.
people go all natural. They don't wear like.
well,
They wear that
listen, we not
aluminum,
talking
yeah.
about what some people do. We talking about 23 years. You've been shaving and you've been smelling good, and just because you take your narrow self over to the motherland, well, you back at the fatherland. All right, you at that motherland, you at fatherland.
That's crazy. But I will say, y'all,
We shave over
she
here.
had 3 kids.
No, nobody care about that, Chris.
Tryna,
Nobody cares about that. No.
If you don't shave them underarms,
yeah, he said it's affecting the intimacy.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
72.
Let her go. Bye.
Stop
Sweetie.
doing it 72.
yeah,
We
at
said-
72.
They do it. Yeah,
What?
yeah,
They still doing it. What are you talking about?
Sexually transmitted diseases are the highest.
Highest in
And
elderly.
older
Yeah,
people.
bro.
They
They
be
getting
in
down
them
with the
nursing
get
homes.
down,
They
bro.
be getting it in. They be
Oh,
getting
bro.
it in.
About, yeah.
And close
Let
the door.
her be by herself. Bye.
3 years, you're going to get separated.
No, it's time to get married again anyway. Bye.
Right?
No,
Okay.
no, do it again
Okay,
anyway.
woman of God, please shave. All right,
Shave.
that's all. I'm
No.
rooting for y'all.
Motherland. Don't want to hear
love
that.
y'all. Love y'all.
Y'all, listen, y'all,
My God,
come on.
She ain't right.
No,
She too
no.
old to
She
be
not-
changing
no.
her mind. You too
You
old.
you,
That's
you
too-
need
that's
to
too-
wash and you need to shave and you need to do all that.
Stinking, then.
No, you
That's
need
the
to
one.
no hair,
That's
no
the
hair,
man.
no hair anywhere. That's gonna be my political campaign slogan.
No hair anywhere.
I'm running for president of the United States and America. I'm telling you that you shouldn't have any hair anywhere.
No, that's
I'm trying to tell you now.
Full body waxes up,
Powell.
ladies.
Man, come on, bro.
That's
Don't get
hilarious.
man.
Not right.
Okay.
No, dog.
All
We
right,
ain't
now
with
please
that.
get back to shaving. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Put some deodorant on. Unless you got a medical problem. No, bro.
Yeah, and
No.
even then,
And
find a
even
way.
then.
Yeah, and even then, you got to go and get some shots or something.
Yeah, you gotta find what works for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
your
Sorry.
Don't Google that.
Don't.
You got to go to the doctor on that.
That's true.
Get off TikTok. You go to the doctor. Set your appointment up. Do it now. Let's send the link out to the band.
For the doctor.
Yeah, come on. This is serious.
Y'all got
It is.
This
No,
is
it's
serious.
serious. It's serious.
That's what I'm. If I meet
crazy.
President Trump, I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to him about that. We got
Yeah.
to listen, sir. We got to talk about this hair everywhere.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about
They
that?
need to be in Project 2025.
Yeah, we're not,
Hello.
we're not doing that.
Put it on in there.
All right, Chris.
All
Thank you for
right.
that taste. Not the taste test, but the what would you do? What we doing now?
Take care.
Taste test. That don't look good, Shakira.
Shakira.
It don't look good.
Shakira's
I
nails are
believe
long.
in
We
you.
about to see.
Shakira, you're changing. I love this.
Yeah,
Her
dog.
nails long. I ain't never
All
seen
right,
you long
all right.
nails, girl.
Slow it down over there, young lady.
Shakira.
You're feeling yourself.
Waist getting
Shakira,
smaller,
Shakira.
hips
Yeah.
longer.
Waist small,
Hey.
hips out. Okay.
She ain't pay for that. Ain't no BBL right there. That's
Yeah, she
natural,
had her all
baby.
black Sunday. I was like, whoa.
So today we have another fan pick,
Okay, fan.
Bubbly Burst.
Who the fan?
Who's the fan? Reveal
wanna
yourself in the
know.
comments.
We'll wait
Reveal
a moment.
yourself.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
wait, okay.
Okay,
wait.
okay.
I
Let's see how it
have-
tastes first.
What do you have?
I have Watermelon lime.
I have peach
Ooh.
mango. You didn't
Ooh,
tell
you
us
got
your
great.
flavor.
Oh, I forgot.
Ooh,
Terrible berry.
Oh,
Oh, triple berry.
man.
Oh, this is good.
I got cherry lemonade. Let me see.
All right.
I did not expect this to taste like this. I
Oh,
love
mine busted.
it.
This real good.
This is good. Shakira.
It's pretty good.
What flavor do you have?
Cherry lemonade.
Ooh.
10 calories.
How
This is
many
pretty
calories?
I got
Less
5.
than 1 carb. All right.
Mine is 5 calories.
Mine is 5.
Wow. Now I got the sweetest one.
And I have no sugar.
Oh,
Oh, this is it.
I'm about to
I'm about to
buy
be
this at the
drinking
grocery
we're
store.
gonna be seeing.
Who's the
this.
fan?
Yeah, tell us. You did a good job, fan.
Deacon Jeter.
Oh, okay, Jeter.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
It's an 8.
I give it an
Yeah,
8.
I give mine an 8
It's
too.
an 8,
I
man.
give it an 8 too.
Solid.
Do you want an easy one?
Oh,
Create
Wow,
professional
good.
invoice?
Okay.
Hold on, let's do this.
Everybody keeping their drink.
Yeah, I want mine.
surely.
Shakira.
This is good.
Thank you. This is great. I'm happy.
Yeah. I like this one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want great.
Glory.
I don't want no grape.
I like great. Anything great.
I want to try that one.
This one.
Yeah.
She like me. I don't like it.
I love it.
I love mango.
Hey! Hey! Don't lie. Get it, Kira. Get it, Kira. Get it, Kira. Get it, Kira. Get it, Kira.
Yeah, I show your love for Shakira, dog.
Song. That's your theme song. Not the hips don't lie.
And while you at it, give us our current events.
Crank it up.
One more time for the
Black
run.
people love to give a nickname. Black people love to get a nickname. Get it, Kira.
Yeah.
Oh, now that note, I sing better than
You sing better than Shakira?
Yeah, I sing better than that.
Then who?
Play that note again.
It's at the Super Bowl though.
Shakira, you about current events. She don't talk about that.
With J-Lo.
This is
Apple announced today it would begin to integrate OpenAI's technology into iPhones later this year. So when users speak to Siri, some questions and searches would be passed off to ChatGPT, America's favorite tool, apparently. Interestingly, Elon Musk said he'd ban Apple devices at his companies over privacy concerns. Visitors would also have to check their phones at the door. So both OpenAI and Apple have stressed that the update would include privacy protections. But are we concerned?
Okay, give it to me in layman's terms.
So Apple is integrating ChatGPT into its phones. So
Okay.
basically, anytime you ask Siri a question, like she could run it through ChatGPT. And so Elon Musk said that he would ban all Apple devices from all of his companies amid privacy concerns. And so OpenAI, which is ChatGPT's owner, and Apple have said that the update would include privacy protections. But historically speaking, that's not true.
yeah. Folk get hacked.
So what would be for the average American, what would be the concern?
That ChatGPT would be taking your information. It might be able to access other areas of your phone versus like strictly what you've given it.
Yeah.
Them ads gonna be real personalized.
They already are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even more.
that's so true.
Yeah, because what would you do if you're at home using the restroom?
My God, today.
Nobody's with you. You run out of tissue.
What's going on?
No one's
What
home.
direction are we going in?
I'm afraid. What's happening?
You ever ask yourself that?
That's happened before.
You ever ask yourself? Let me ask you a question.
Hey, please. I want to hear it.
What do y'all do when you're by yourself and you go to reach for some tissue
I'm hollering.
and it's not there? It's on the other side of the
And you
room.
home by yourself?
You home by yourself.
What is? I'm not going to answer first.
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer at all.
I answer to myself.
What do you do? You walk across the house naked, don't you, to go get that tissue? Yeah.
You walk real careful. Brand, you walk real. You be walking like.
Tight.
Your heel be duck walking like just making sure.
Why would you ask us that? What are we talking about? Apple and
Maybe so.
Yeah, because I don't want that to pop up on my timeline.
Do you find yourself
You
in
feel-
a sticky situation?
You feel what I'm saying? That's the first thing I thought about. I said, I want nobody to do.
I'm actually getting up walking across the house to get the tissue.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, who gonna see me?
But Shakira, I have a question though, for real, a serious question. Like, does it? Are we need so you have Elon Musk, right? I think the regular American citizens start panicking when some things, respectfully, most people are not that important to even be worried.
Yeah.
That's valid.
That is valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so the people who should be concerned about privacy, you're not around those people,
Yeah.
and your privacy doesn't matter to the entities that information really matters to.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares who you're sleeping with,
Yeah.
or what you
That's
order.
And that's
Yeah.
all the privacy you
That's
got.
that-
That's
yeah,
all
that's
that
it. Look,
is.
that's all the privacy. That's it.
You just need a privacy screen.
Yeah, that's what you need to worry about.
Screen, yeah.
Nobody, just get a privacy screen. You're not that important to worry about someone. As a matter of fact, people are going to the most you need to be concerned about is your information getting out, so that industries will just keep feeding you stuff to buy.
Yeah.
We are a consumer culture. That's what you need to worry about. If you search for something, you wonder why you ain't got no money, because every time you search for something, it pop up and you go buy it. That's for most of us.
That's good. That's
You don't have to worry about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So don't think like Elon Musk.
Yeah, but do
If
you not
you-
think he's trolling? Like, he just causes uproar
He
sometimes because
does.
he can.
He just-
But everybody in the world uses an iPhone, so you're gonna ban your employees from bringing their phones. What are they gonna do throughout the day?
He'll probably make his own.
Make his own phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I
That's
agree
not
with
too
that though.
far-fetched.
I kind of agree with Elon. Y'all, you don't know the thing. Like for example, what company is he talking about?
Probably Tesla, Twitter.
SpaceX.
All right, y'all. So if you got to think about what you do and what your company is responsible for. Could that be a liability for him?
It could be.
Yes,
It could be.
For him, definitely.
but you just be at home.
Please stop.
You and I.
You just at the house, dog. You ain't got to worry about it.
At the house.
All right, man. Thank you, Shakira. All right, current events. All right, show your love, y'all, for Dr. Courtney Spence with our Black Political segment.
All right, y'all. So, Project 2025. I'm not sure if everybody has seen this thing that everybody's been talking about on TikTok. They've been talking about it on all social media platforms. You know, the Republicans, they're trying to take over Project 25. What is Project 25? So, Project 25, y'all, is this presidential transition project. And I'm going to share some stuff with you, but I'm going to ask that everyone do your own research, because I could share this stuff with you and be like, oh, this is so crazy, or oh, you need to vote. But I want you to go to project2025.org, and I want you to look this up yourself. I want you to look at some videos, because these are some of the things that are coming down the pipeline if former President Donald Trump becomes president. There's a lot at stake than just, racist rhetoric and all of these other things. This is systematic change. We always talk about chess versus checkers. This is literally the definition of chess. So Basically, this came from a far right wing think tank and training organization called the Heritage Foundation, as well as a coalition of other ultra conservative organizations from across the United States that came up with this deep strategy. Now, to kind of give you some context of these different organizations and what I'm about to share with you, one of the organizations is called ALEC. And I don't know if you've ever seen Ava DuVernay's documentary on Netflix called 13th. And ALEC is an organization, it's called the American Legislative Exchange Council. They played a central role in the expansion of the U.S. prison system. They worked with states to write legislation promoting the privatization of prisons, as well as pushing for harder, longer sentences. So they helped to actually write this type of legislation. And this is one of the organizations that's behind this particular, they're calling it a manifesto. But this is very real, and this is what's happening. So this 900-page manifesto or document, it was published in 2023. So this ain't new, okay? Let's talk about what it is. So this is a detailed plan to dismantle and really reconstruct the U.S. government as we know it today.
What's his name? He written by David
Dans, a last name Dans, Paul Dans.
Paul Dans.
But
yeah.
the crazy thing about it is, what's so strategic about it is that he's the director of the organization, but the entire thing was written by subject matter experts. And it's literally a detailed plan about each and every department that they plan to literally uproot, dismantle within U.S. government. The crazy thing about this,
including the FBI as well, right?
the FBI, they want to completely get rid of the Department of Education.
Yeah.
Oh, it's done. It's done. Oh, one of the things they want to get rid of is the plus loan. Like if you want to go to grad school,
Grad
done.
Plus, I
Great,
think.
done. It's over. As well as a lot of other things. But
Would they help us out with insurance?
please stop.
No, seriously. I didn't see that there, but
But yeah, so it's really, y'all, it's really detailed, and the whole checkers piece is the difference between now and when Trump first got in office is that he didn't have people in key positions, like in deep pockets within the different departments in government, to be able to help push his agenda. With Project 2025, the goal is to get as much done as possible in the first 180 days.
Yeah.
So right now, they're recruiting tens of thousands of professionals to take those seats to get the work done day one. Okay? And yes, it has something to do with your expertise, but it's about loyalty. Are you loyal to Trump? Okay? And then the other side of it, which is people are calling it would turn the United States into a dictatorship, is expanding the powers of the executive branch. Specifically, not really the executive branch, the commander in chief.
Sure. That's what it's targeting. Yes.
That's what it's targeting.
Yeah.
So number one, you're expanding the power that the president has. And then you're infiltrating each and every department with your folk to make all these changes. And when you have those people in place, you're going to change all the policies and everything so that you have literally an ongoing conservative effort that even if somebody does get reelected, you still got folks all in there. So it's a four-pronged approach.
And is it also? I think I read where it's also kind of putting President Trump in the position to be the last president.
Literally.
So do you guys think we're moving into like a dictatorship?
I do.
Yeah.
Because this is how democracy falls. Little steps. And then you find yourself in a situation where it's like, how did we get here?
All right, explain dictatorship to our audience.
So a dictatorship is basically one person basically running the show. The wonderful thing about the United States, and people talk about the United States, but baby, I am so glad that I live in the United States, not these United States. They said that before the Civil War, but after the Civil War, they started saying the United States because we were a united front. And
Yeah, it's these.
It's,
As soon as you said united, it's these. It's back to these.
yeah, because we're divided.
It's these.
That's a great point.
Yeah, it's these.
Because we're almost as divided now as we were during the Civil War.
Yes.
So that is an absolutely wonderful point. But dictatorship is a leader, and you basically it's what do they call it? Authoritative. I can't pronounce it.
Tyrion.
Authoritarianism.
But that boy put smart anyway.
That's
That boy got that mind on him, boy. You feel me,
Gabriel
boy? Shakira, that boy be thinking on it. You heard me? Keep going with
Good
it.
boy.
Yeah.
And that
Stop
falls-
playing with your boy.
For sure.
No, at all. That falls underneath that, and so that's the beautiful thing about a democracy when you have checks and balances and all that fun stuff. But when you start doing stuff like this, it starts to really change the face of our democracy. And they're trying to use. There's a phrase in the Constitution that talks about the powers of the commander in chief and the powers of the executive branch, and they're trying to kind of jump off of that and just kind of expand it and make it something that I don't think the founders meant it to be, because if that's the case, we might as well go back to Britain. It was like, so I think it's just it's interesting.
So, Dr. Court, our community tends to not care about things until it affects their, neighborhood or pockets or whatever. So typically what gets black folks' attention is a projection. Project America 20 years from today.
I want you to imagine an America where you can't go to a local library and pick up The Color Purple or any Toni Morrison books or any books that mention diversity, any books that say anything about racism or anything that happened in the past as far as Black history, Asian American history, any type of thing that would make anybody remotely feel bad about anything that happened in the past. I want you to imagine an America where they ban books. Think about that.
You ban books, you ban history.
You ban books, you ban history.
Yeah. We take away if you take away your history, you take away the value of the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine a country where, I don't know everybody's beliefs on abortion or, care like that, because there are even groups that are trying to ban not just the abortion pill, y'all, but birth control pills.
Birth control pills.
And some people, And some people need birth control pills, not just because you don't want to get pregnant, but some people need birth control, like medically, like they need it. It's not, and people are just so, we don't want to kill the children. And yeah, I understand that we want to preserve life. At the same time, birth control pills, where people need that for their actual health. Imagine a world where a woman literally has no control over her body at all, where legislation and government is literally in your doctor's office.
Now, I want you to go and talk about imagine a world with limitations on your religious practices.
So, okay. So there are portions of Project 2025 where there definitely some restrictions on your religious beliefs. But see, the thing is, and it's in favor of Christianity. I want to put that out there. It is in favor of Christianity. But see, here's the thing. Baby steps. It always starts with one thing and it'll always go to something else. Yeah. Right now, just like I hate to make these parallels, but I mean, historically, as a historian, I have to make that parallel. In Nazi Germany, it started off with one group, and then it started expanding and expanding and expanding, and it just became, one thing wasn't the problem. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to religious freedoms, right now it might be targeting one thing, but it might expand, and people who that it wasn't a problem for, it might eventually be a problem for you later on. So I just want to encourage everybody do your research.
I wanted to ask that question. This is the last question. All right.
Yes.
So black folks
Black folk.
tend to remove themselves from the equation because we believe that the system, ain't nothing gonna change, ain't the world gonna change, we ain't gonna do no change, man, we can't do no change. What can this community do to affect change as it relates to Project?
VOTE.
Yeah.
Become educated on what's happening, y'all, and please vote. And don't just vote, like encourage other people to vote, because there is so much at stake right now. And I just don't think we really know everything that's at stake because there's so much coming down the pipe. But just for our community, I would say everybody needs to vote.
All right. I don't want to make this a political show, but I want to ask I lied. I want to ask one more question.
Yes.
What do you say to a generation, and we cannot control people's preferences, if you will, but what do you say to a generation that says, well, I don't agree with anybody, Biden or President Trump, but you just said we need to go and vote. All right, so you have, some would say, Satan and the devil. Not necessarily the two individuals, but what they represent, the parties in which they represent. And you're saying go and vote, but we're seeing discrepancies with both parties.
Right.
How does a person go to the polls when there have always been discrepancies with both parties? For example, a few years ago we voted for President Obama. Was that the best decision? Was that the best decision? And now most of our community voted for President Obama because he was black. BLIKE.
Like,
Okay. Then we saw over time what that did. What do you say to an individual that says, well, I just think the best thing is for me to not vote because I don't agree with either side?
you said it's a decision between Satan and the devil or Satan and the demon. I vote for the one with the less amount of horns. From this perspective, okay. So if I were to look at Trump and I would say, okay, or if I would look at the two different candidates and I would take a look at their rhetoric, I would take a look at the things that they stand for, I would look at the future that they present to me, not just stimulus checks and not just, oh, the economy. You understand what I'm saying? I would look at both and I would look at them objectively. Because if I look at Project 2025, which mind you, it was all written by subject matter experts, but a lot of people came out of the Trump administration. So 9 times out of 10, this is something that's going to actually happen. So if I'm looking at this and they're saying, I won't be able to go to school. I won't be able to pay for school. If I vote for this person, I will not be able to go to school.
Yeah.
If I vote for this person, the Title I funding for my child's school, because I live in a community that doesn't, that may be impoverished or whatever, they're going to remove the funding from my child's school. Do I want to have a leader that wants to take food out of my child's mouth? Do I want to have a leader that's going to cut funding for me to improve myself, for me to go and become a lawyer? Do I want a leader that's going to tell me that I can't take birth control? Okay, so you take that or you want this over here. It's like which one you want to choose.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the thought that I'm on, and that goes back to doing your research and really, even if you just don't look up reputable sources and look at videos, like do something, like see what's happening, but look and see, and you have to make a choice for yourself.
And I to add to that, I want to say this: Black people, let's stop saying things like they hadn't done nothing for Black folk. That seems to be the only thing we know how to say concerning politics.
Yeah.
And it don't be true.
It's actually not.
It's
true.
not true. You have to. You need to really. So when Doc is saying, hey, do your research, if you have a conviction about, hey, what are you doing for my people? You cannot assume that just because your check didn't increase at your job, that a president of these United States has not done anything for black people.
Yeah.
So, like for example, nobody needs to, if you work for me, well, the president don't control how much I pay you, right? And so just because you didn't see an influx in your salary does not mean that the president hadn't done anything for black folks. So if you go into the polls thinking that, I would at least say while you're in the line, take your phone and figure out, especially if that's your conviction. I don't even know if black people care about people doing stuff for black people. However, if that is your conviction, look up what presidents have done for our community before you take that stance.
And I was gonna say one more thing too. And if you don't like who's running for office, here's the thing. Make enough money to fund who you want to see in office.
That's right.
Because money, I hate to say it, y'all, money is kind of what puts people in office. So if you know somebody, there's an activist in different communities. If you know people, if you yourself, if you see there are things happening in your community and you feel as though it needs to be changed, do not be afraid to run for office, y'all. It don't take y'all. Contrary to popular belief, it does not take a whole lot to run for office, y'all. I have seen personally with my own eyes some strange people run for office. And I've seen some of the most amazing, remarkable people run for office. But y'all, there is a need for leadership at the local level, at the state level, at the national level. So I want to encourage everybody. Number one, let's, as Dr. Gabe always encourages us to be good stewards over our finances, so that we can have the resources and able to fund those good, solid candidates that we need in those positions to help stop and thwart these types of chestnut checkers type moves. But then also, let's get involved. Let's run for office. That may not be your conviction, but you may know somebody. Just get involved, y'all. Something.
All right, y'all show your love to Dr. Courtney Spencer for our Black Political Segment. Holla at me about this question. What's going on, dog?
It's time to dive into It's Questionable, the segment which explores the latest headlining news. So, Time magazine called transgenderism the next civil rights movement. Word got me tripped up. That was a lot to say. They argued that trans people are significantly more likely to be impoverished, unemployed, and suicidal than other Americans. Georgia's civil rights laws does not cover transgender people, but there are strong indications that transgender rights are starting to enter the mainstream. While America is on this path, countries like Peru have officially classified transgender, non-binary, and intersex as a mental illness. The highly controversial decision was made to ensure that the country's public health services would guarantee full coverage and medical attention for mental health. To the band, what side are we on? Is transgenderism up there with civil rights? Is this a mental illness, or is this questionable? Civil rights is crazy to say. That's actually insane. It's insane to say.
Ooh-wee.
I ain't doing it, man. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm tired, and I'm sick of this now. This now. Let's be very clear, y'all. Transgender and homosexuality is different.
Yeah.
So don't when they're saying transgender, don't think homosexual.
Right.
Two different things. I want to say that to the audience. All right.
A slap is crazy.
Two different things, y'all. So I'm going to say this is asinine. This is asinine. This is ridiculous. Let me say this. Miss Toothache. Y'all remember this dog? Y'all remember the dolls? Tall, came in that plastic container.
American Dolls?
They weren't tall though.
Like My Size Barbie? Please don't judge me.
No, it's older.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Did they walk?
They're older. I don't know the name. I'm a grown man, but
Cabbage Patch?
say it again.
Cabbage Patch?
No,
Cabbage
y'all.
Patches were
They
small.
come. Shanice collects them. She has several.
Oh, like Celebration Brand.
I know what you're talking about. Like, I know what you're talking about. These are like almost life size. Are you talking about like the bigger ones?
Yeah.
And they got hair and all of that stuff. I know
Well, all right. So if you have them, extremely valuable right now. If you have them, extremely valuable. Okay. But they have to be in the same condition in which you bought them 50 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever. If I try to sell it, but before I sell it, I dismember it, cut off the legs, add another doll part to it, and say, hey, will you still buy this for $1,000? It's no longer going to be worth that. Well, that's what transgender is. It's disfiguring yourself and making yourself less valuable than how God, I ain't trying to preach, how God intended for you to be. That's not civil rights. That's not civil rights. That doesn't mean people need to go out and hurt you and kill you and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's something that's going on in the mind.
In the mind, yeah. And it's a choice.
Wow.
It's a choice.
Now, my offense is my skin complexion is not compared. You cannot compare how I came out of my mother
Right.
Jesus.
to you deciding to add and take away from yourself.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to have BBL civil rights.
They on the way. Y'all been seeing the veneer interviews.
All right.
Oh,
That's I think, no, dog. No, dog. No, man.
Yeah.
I ain't with that.
And a lot of people, when they go through with it, I see interviews where they complain about the pain that they may be facing or how they want to go back to how they were originally and how they had to sit in therapy to just deal with, the changes that they chose to make. And you really can't compare that to civil rights. It's unfair to try to compare that.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go to commercial, y'all. I need you to do me a favor. I'm trying to get rich and famous. Trying to get rich. Do me a favor. Leave a review. If this is your favorite podcast, which I know it is. I need you to go. It's at the bottom there, somewhere around the left or right, and leave a review. I don't care if it's good, bad. I don't care if it's negative. Say something, please. Then, so you can always be notified that I am live, press the subscribe button now. We're trying to make money out here so we can continue to give you some great content. I love you so much, and I know you love me too. Press the subscribe button. Let's make some money. All right, y'all. So our segment tonight is how to know when it's time to change your environment, change your circle. I think it's very, very important, y'all, that we listen to this because one of the most important things you need to understand is that you are shaped, your life is shaped, and I don't care if you agree or not, your life is shaped by the people you spend time with the most. That whatever you are, whatever you're not, whatever you're becoming, whatever you desire to be, has a lot to do with the people you're around. I'll say that again. Whatever you are not, whatever you are becoming, whatever you are, whatever you desire to be, it has a lot to do with the people that you are around. There is a need, pay attention, for an inner circle, and we all have an inner circle. Now, pay attention to this. Most people in your life, most close people in your life will be closed off to change. Change will be an adjustment for everyone. Change is necessary for you to evolve and grow. But sometimes the closest people to us, they become insecure. They become fearful that they are not in the equation, or even that you will outgrow them. So that's very, very important. So with that being said, people tend, and this is what you need to carefully consider, people tend to hold us back from change that does not include them, or that causes them to be left behind. So I want to say this, that most people in your life, hear this, the people in your life no one is neutral. Everyone is either positive or negative. No one is neutral. No one is neutral. People are positive or negative. What's positive? Positive people in your life are motivating, inspiring. They push you in some way to be better. They challenge you. They sharpen you. They correct you. What's negative? Negative contributors to your life are the ones that encourage or enable you in a bad habit. They enable you into a bad habit. They keep you there. And I don't care if the bad habit is not becoming greater. I don't care if the bad habit is that you just do the same thing over and over again, never progressing. The negative contributors in your life, they enable or keep you stuck. All the way down to this, I want to say this before I get into it. An enabler is a person that even says, hey, I want to lose. The enabler is a person when you say, hey, I want to lose weight, they say things like, hey, reward yourself with a brownie. You deserve it. That's an enabler. It is it's a way to keep you from leaving something that you are addicted to and pushing you to something better. You do not deserve a brownie.
Do not.
Okay, so understand that. Now, I want to say this. Change is necessary for our growth and for our development. You have to remember that your your inner circle, they have influence in your life. They have access to you. They are connected to you. And if, in fact, you see a need, or you're thinking about a need to change that, you have every right to do so. Changing your inner circle or your environment is not easy, but pay attention, y'all. It's necessary if you want to become more. So with that being said, I'm going to give you about 7 signs to recognize whether or not you need to maybe change your environment or change your inner circle. Now, this is also a success hack. Everybody wants to be successful. I'm going to help you understand this, that if you can pay attention to this and examine your life, examine the people in your life, you can, and be bold enough to make the change, you can accelerate your success. Number one, this is a sign that you may need to change your inner circle. Number one, you don't feel comfortable sharing ideas. They downplay your ideas. They downplay your dreams. They downplay your vision, the things that you want to do. They attempt to make you feel like you think you're better for even wanting to advance. They discourage your dreams and ideas. They have this way of kind of making you feel bad for wanting more. So in any environment where you don't feel confident or comfortable sharing some of the concepts or the philosophies, the things that you're learning, things that you're creating in your head, things that you may see something and say, hey, I think, well, and here's the powerful part. It doesn't matter whether or not you will do it.
Right.
It doesn't matter. A dream is a dream. It doesn't matter whether or not you do it. You want to be in an environment where if I feel comfortable sharing it with my circle so that they can give me not always permission, but perspective.
That's
not always permission. I think we have to be very careful. And this is why I don't like doing this type of session, because what people do in their own insecurity is they think that your inner circle is supposed to say yes to everything that you're doing and just support everything that you do. Absolutely not. I do not want an inner circle that supports. If I say, hey, I feel like giving up, I don't need you to support that.
Right.
I need you to give me perspective. So I want to, you have to be, even hear this, you have to be healthy to even understand this particular session. The inner circle is not there, pay attention y'all, to discourage you. They are not there to, I want to say this again, that sometimes people can make you feel guilty for wanting to be better. They can make you, who do you think you are? Or that's not what we do. Or hear this, y'all, even this, don't leave me behind. All of these types of phrases, that's not a good environment to share your ideas, because here's the truth of the matter. What if one day you end up being the mayor? Our relationship not may change, it will change. If you end up being a judge, I'll never forget this. Y'all, before I became a police officer, I'll never forget going through the polygraph. I've taken at least 6 polygraphs in my career as a police officer. And I'll never forget, the first one I took really gave me perspective. Mm-hmm. They ask you questions. This is how you beat a polygraph, y'all. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Don't hold your butt cheeks. Don't squeeze your butt cheeks. Don't roll your eyes. Don't worry about. The way you beat a polygraph is to tell the truth about everything. They don't care about what you've done. They care about your honesty. So the way you beat the polygraph is to tell the truth. So I had to tell the truth about a bunch of stuff, right? One of the questions was, hey, when's the last time you've been around marijuana? And so I was like, last week. And did you participate in the marijuana? Did you? I was like, absolutely not. But I was around it because my cousin was cutting my hair. I was getting my hair cut on the low for $5 instead of, at the time, $25. And so I needed a haircut. So you go, and when you go into the cousin's house, you got all the stuff right there, just right there. So I ain't do nothing, but I was there. And so I ain't want the little radar to be like spiking up and so forth. I didn't use it, but I said it. This is what he said to me. He came back in and said, Mr. Powell, you passed the polygraph. This is what he said. He said, if you're going to be a police officer, I recommend you stop hanging around your cousin. All right. And I haven't been to that person's house in about 15 years. When you advance, you're going to have to change.
You're gonna have to.
So the inner circle should be an environment that, get this, they are more loyal to your progression and success than they are the relationship being how it was in previous seasons. Number 2, here's a sign. Here's a sign, pay attention. You're the smartest, most successful, or most advanced person in the group. That's a sign you need to change circles. When you're the smartest, most successful, or most advanced. So let me preface by saying this. Now, some of y'all like that. Some of you like being the smartest, most advanced, most successful person in the group because you like feeling powerful. Here's a problem with that. If you're never in an environment that looks at your success as minuscule, you will never change.
Absolutely.
So that means there's something insecure and dysfunctional in you if you thrive off of being the best in your inner circle. But if in fact you are a healthy individual and you understand that there will always be a cap if you're not around a challenging group of people, you need to look at your circle and say, hey, I'm not going to get to where I know I am destined to be if I am comfortable being the smartest. I am comfortable, and I've seen it a dozen times, I've seen it dozens of times where people, now let me give you perspective. When you are around an environment where you're not the smartest, people are going to disagree with you. That's the point of being better. Hello, the point of being better is being in an environment where someone thinks outside of your box, even if your box is extremely large.
Right.
I noticed that people have people that have a hard time being around smart ass people, smart as you, or smarter than you. These people typically hit ceilings in their life.
Yeah.
And this is how you know you don't want to grow. Stop saying I want to grow. You want to grow as long as you are not intimidated. Hear this. You know you want to grow when you can recognize that someone is as smart as you or smarter, and you are not on the defense when they offer ideas.
Yes.
So receptivity is a clue that you embrace or appreciate being around people who are smarter than you. So I don't want you to listen to this. Yeah, it's time for me to change. You're changing into an environment where you are no longer the goal. You're changing into an environment where for the first couple of years of that environment, people look at you like, you can do better.
Right.
That's so good.
Like you don't, out of all your friends, you don't have the fires car. Out of all your friends, you don't have, out of that circle, you don't have the fires body. I hear the concept of this and get this. And this is what I'm finding out. People don't, and when you get in that environment and when somebody listen to me, there is somebody that looks better than you. They butt better than yours. They money better than yours. They car better than yours. All of those things. And what do? Even, and many of you have had invitations to be in that environment, but because of your insecurity, you're like, oh, it's not for me. It is for you, because we are the sum total of the places we've gone, people we've met, the experiences that we've had. Understand this, that at some point, see, you disconnected, when the truth of the matter is, if you would have stayed connected, your car would have advanced. Because if I'm in the room, y'all, with if my inner circle, if everybody in my inner circle is a cook, that's all we're going to be talking about for the most part, is cooking. And so guess what? You're going to leave the environment knowing more about cooking than you did when you came. Yeah. So if your inner circle are a bunch of people who are lawyers or doctors, and you're not, at some point, you're either going to advance more in your career or you're about to become a doctor or a lawyer.
Right. Yes.
So you have to understand that what it takes to be, or what it means to be around more advanced people. If you are addicted to being the star, and many of you are, you're addicted to being the star in your small group. Even with entrepreneurs, the reason that your business has not grown is because you're around startup companies. You're around people who, listen to me. You're around people who have not made $100,000 in 5 years, and they've been registered as an LLC 6 years.
That's insane.
And so you're like, oh, I'm trying to, my business. You don't have a business. But if you were around people who were, and I'm not talking, get this, y'all, and you're in your inner circle, everybody in the inner circle shouldn't be trying to try. At least 3 of y'all need to be like, oh yeah, I did that already. I know how to do it, A, B, C, and D, blah, blah, blah. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So maybe things are not advancing in your life is because you are the smartest person, most advanced person in your inner circle. Number 3, there's no support. That's a sign that you need to change your inner circle. What do you mean? You need an inner circle that will celebrate you. If your inner circle doesn't show up for you, doesn't pick up the phone for you, doesn't hear this, they don't sacrifice for you in times of need, that's a sign. Oh, I know everybody be busy. No. Inner circle should master sacrificing for one another. If I call you and you're my inner circle and you don't pick up, or you don't text me and say, I'll call you back, then you are now, hear this, the points go down from you being my inner circle. And you cannot say stuff like, oh yeah, this is my friend. And they know that even if we don't talk every day, we still friends. I'm not saying talk every day, but if I'm the only one putting forth the effort, if I'm the one putting the party together, but you don't ever put a party together, hear me, there should be equality and celebration in the inner circle.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people want to be celebrated, but you don't put forth this. Hear me. Help me understand this. Why should we put a big shindig together for you and you've not planned anybody's birthday in the inner circle?
Nothing.
That's so good.
No, you're not in a circle. So if you start to see in your inner circle, you hear this, people don't sacrifice for you, people are not supporting you, We are human beings. We are sad sometimes. We get discouraged sometimes. We have fear. We have complaints. We have worries. If my inner circle is not available for me when I'm in that time of distress, you're not inner circle. That's a sign you need to change. Most definitely assuming you do those things for them, but it is not reciprocated.
That's right.
Come on now.
That's right.
Number 4, your circle, here's the thing you're not gonna like. Your circle is physically unhealthy. Your circle is physically unhealthy. All right, let me give you a perfect example. All right, all of my guys that I'm around, if you go to our church, you know what I'm talking about. Some of my guys, all right? None of them have a problem working out. And if we're together, like I think we're going to go to the movies Friday. If we're together, now I know we're going to trust God. But if we're together and something happens, all of us have this one thing in common. We have no problem fighting. Now, we have become a little bit more couth, but we have no problem fighting. And it's going to be hard to beat us because none of us are obese, fat. None of us have a problem with working out. All right, let's not use that because that's a little too, aggressive for you. If we need to push a car,
That's good.
all my guys can push the car. Here's why that may be a sign you need to change your circle. Because obesity is going to lead to death.
Death.
And if everybody's obese, that means they are okay with all of us dying premature deaths. All right. Now, it's hard to master money when you can't master health. Because the same disciplines you need to master health are the same disciplines. And that's why people don't become successful. Because they omit and overlook their body, which is the same concept, to build a business.
Wow.
That's real.
Wow.
Okay, let me give you an example. We were talking earlier, and we were saying, one person said, "I'm tired of eating the food," and I said, "That means you're doing it right." Mm-hmm. If you are enjoying eating every day, you're not on a diet. Because to do this type of work, you eat the same thing over and over again. Well, guess what? That's how I took a 6-member church and made it a 700-member church. I took a $2,000 church and made it a $1 million church because I've learned to do the same thing over and over again. You hear this. Boredom is a successful person's best friend.
Wow.
Fun is for broke people.
Jesus.
Boredom either does 2 things: discipline or gives you space and room for new ideas. We're never bored because we needed the time anyway to think, pivot, refresh, whatever. Same thing, if you want to make money, start with your body first. So if nobody in your circle cares anything about fitness, they don't care about success.
Jesus.
Number 5, if the people are not confidential, it's time to change your circle. If you talk, tell, or even insinuate something about me, you're done. That's a sign you need a new inner circle. Loyalty has to be the number 1 priority in an inner circle. You can never tell my secret, even if we fall out. The inner circle has to be people that you trust, even if y'all are not friends anymore. I'll say that again. The inner circle has to be people that you trust. I trust you. And so you would say, Dr. Gabe, well, how do I determine how to trust a person if we've not spoken in 10 years?
Talk about it.
Character.
Yeah.
The character of a person will tell you who they are, even if you all are no longer in relationship. Because no longer in relationship means that I don't have to cover you. But character says, even if we're not in relationship, I'm not going to tell that. I'm taking that to my grave. So now you want to change your circle because I know it's popping up in your head now. Susan May, Rashawn, all these people are good people, but they ain't good enough to be your inner circle get this, and still be loyal to you if y'all are no longer in relationship. You have to have that standard in the inner circle. I don't care if y'all have an inner circle meeting. I don't care if you talk one-on-one. If you tell something, listen to me. I'm talking about good, bad. So this is the other thing too. This is the other thing. I'm not with the whole exposure movement.
Yeah.
That junk cap.
Yeah.
Because we expose everybody until it's time for you to be exposed.
Hello.
And everybody got something. Everybody has something that you don't want someone to know about. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I do not care who you are. I don't care how old you are. Everybody has something that, hey, I don't prefer this to be out. And my circle that I trust is responsible for keeping my stuff confidential.
Yeah.
Or you're not in my inner circle. Number 6, drama magnets.
Yes.
Always in a situation, always offended, always somebody to talk about, always in some type of conflict, always got the tea on somebody else, always sick, always hurting. I hate those types of people. Every time you turn around, it's always something. Sick today, in an accident tomorrow, cousin died yesterday. Did you find out? I don't really know that cousin, but so why are you going to the funeral? That means you are, hear me, that means you are a liability to me. If I'm trying to go there, I'm trying to go up, and you're always in something. I'm talking about it's always something. I cannot stand people who are always in something. Last week it was something. Now it's something with your mama and your dad and your sister. Then last with your best friend and your cousin and your sibling and your other cousin and your grandmama. Then your job. Then your car. You lost your car. Misplaced your keys. Found the keys under the tire. How did your keys get under the tire? Something is, you are a liability, because get this, that means you are a bad person to go into business with, to start things with. You will hear me, because if and this is the thing, because people typically get into business with inner circle people. That means if something is always happening, what if we become so successful that we have a meeting or a presentation with someone that could change the entire trajectory of our business? Well, nigga, you may not show up. So I hate drama magnets. I said this a couple, I have never, bad stuff has never happened to me on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. Yeah. On a Sunday.
You wouldn't believe what happened to me. I was trying to get to church, but all of a sudden, I was on my way to the church. Got out in the neighborhood, and a big gorilla popped out of nowhere.
A gorilla? Yeah.
Why it's always something. Drama magnets. That's a sign you need to change your circle. Mm-hmm. Number 7. Your circle expects you to pay for everything. They never have money. Liability. Now I'm talking to successful people. Successful people, change your clientele. Yeah. You're losing money for people that can only pay $150 a month. you're also losing money for people who can never pay for dinner. If I pay for it, at least leave a tip, and the tip should not be $2. Everybody in your inner circle, at some point, not immediately, I'm not talking, if you're 22 listening to this, I'm not talking to you. But if you're over 35 and you're listening to this, your inner circle, we all should be pulling out $100 bills to pay for the food.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
People who are cheap are liabilities to people who want to advance.
Yeah.
I can't go. Why you can't go on the vacation? Why can't you go?
Wow.
I'm talking to people over 35. Inner circle wants to go somewhere. Inner circle, hey y'all, let's do a business deal. Let's put $1,000 into a bucket. It's 6 of us in our inner circle. That's $6,000 if we do it. Let's rotate that $6,000 every quarter or every January. So you have an inner circle. January 1st, we meet up, or we all deposit into an account $1,000. And we just pull out of a bucket who gets that $1,000 for that year to pay off debt the first quarter of your year. First quarter. Or to help with something, or to help you start something. All right, cool. The next year, the person that got it last year, their name ain't in the bucket. So now it's 5 people. Boom. John get it. He got it now. And then you say, hey, every year we will add $1,000 to it.
Yeah.
And then we will start over after everybody has had their portion. You know, the problem is, if you got people in your inner circle and y'all been around for a long time together and they can't, man, I can't do it, dog. That's a sign.
Yeah.
What have you got to ask yourself, what has your circle been doing
What you been doing?
the last 10, 15 years? You have to ask that. That's why I'm not talking to people under 35.
Yeah.
And if you can't, okay, forget the money. Can we, all right, we all got families, we have different careers. Why can't you go on a trip that may be $3,000? And that's average, that's basic stuff. Oh yeah, I can't go, but I need somebody to spot me. No spot. Number last, I'm done, yeah. People in your circle are comfortable with things that are uncomfortable to you, like crime, drugs. Let's stay there. Your inner circle, you need to change your inner circle if they are okay with putting you in precarious situations. Man, let ride. Ride where? What are we doing? Let me tell you something. Hear me now. Listen to me. When you get to a particular place in your life,
What you talking about?
we can't ride out and you got weed in the car.
Say now.
Right.
I'm telling if we get pulled over. It's his, Your Honor.
Your honor to the cop.
If we go to the court, I'm not going to jail. Your Excellency, they did it.
Your Excellency.
Your kingship, your beautification, your majesty. Sir, I will even polish your desk. He did it.
He did it.
But here's the problem. That's not a good inner circle to even pick you up and put you in a situation where you could lose your entire future.
That's so true.
That's the truth.
There are people, I see it all the time on 85. Why would you be in the car? Listen to me, y'all. Before I went, now I'll end with this story. Before I went into being a police officer for the school system, I was a police officer. I'm not gonna call the department, but I was a police officer in Midtown Atlanta. One of the last calls before I left was this. 2 girls went to Spelman, were speeding down 75. Decided to get off of one of the exits and speed down one of those roads. I forgot the name of that road. Narrow road. Loud music. And they were drinking. They were going, they were speeding, even in the city. Well, of course, lost control of the vehicle. And I pulled up, and they crashed into a telephone pole. Of course, y'all, the car was totaled. The driver was still in the vehicle because, you know, when you're driving drunk, you tend to not feel the impact. You're limber, right? So that's why a lot of people they do the crashing, they walk away. But the ones who have been crashed into typically die. They do that, and the person that's driving, they're very limber, right? Well, the driver, of course, didn't die, but she was highly intoxicated. The passenger was ejected out of the vehicle through the front window, laying on the pavement, the road. And so I pulled up, and when I pulled up, she was dying. And then her body lifted. And we knew she was gone. Well, that was her best friend. And I remember before our supervisor said, all right, y'all go back to your zones because we need coverage. That was going to be that was about to be a probably a 6-hour scene. I never forget, before I got back in my patrol car, I looked at the passenger. And she was so gone. And this is what I thought. I said, what is she going to feel like when she comes to and realizes that she killed her best friend? How do you live with that? All because, not because we were rushing to get to an important event, not because someone hit us. When EMS got there, I'll never forget, the lady said, oh, we passed them on 75. The music was loud and they just sped past us. How do you live with the fact that you were drinking, the music was loud, and y'all were just getting it, just chilling? Y'all go to Spelman. And when I tell y'all, this girl was beautiful. Both of them. You got to change your inner circle if your inner circle is willing to put your life at risk. Alter your future. I got some homeboys that did a lot of stuff, and they were like, I was bald head all through high school. And so my nickname was Bald Head Man. And one of us said, Antonio said, after we graduated, he said, we always knew you were going to be something. That's why we never called you and invited you to certain things.
Wow.
Your inner circle is not your inner circle, or it's time to change when they don't value, here it is, not who you are, but who you can become.
Yeah, that's good.
Who you can become. Wow.
All right, y'all. Welcome to Bandwidth. I'm cute, though. Y'all know I ain't lying. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome to Bandwidth, y'all. It's about to be phenomenal. It's about to go down, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. That's late. What we doing? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Yeah, y'all good? See you Monday, y'all.